Was informed, well, let me just not say misinformation, he was actually informed, whether rightly or wrongly, that among the 100 girls that were to be married out, there were 50% of them were minor. And for that reason, they were not ripe for marriages. And on hearing that, the minister herself felt so touched because she is the mother and she knows what it means to marry out girls that are not ripe for marriage. Don't forget that within the purview of her ministry, she is in charge of the women, the children, and gender. So sexual based violence and other harmful practices to children and women are issues that, of course, she needs to nail to the board as much as possible. So when that information got to her, she felt agitated and she felt surprised. And the best she could do at that time, because date has been fixed for this marriage as 24th of the month of May. So the best she could do at that point was to get a court injunction to stop the marriage first of all, and then go into investigation to know whether or not those informations were true. It was in the course of getting that injunction that the speaker also was misinformed that the minister had said that marriage must not hold. And of course, that was not the intention of the minister. Like I said in there, her intention was the right thing to be done. And of course, she also felt that if those women, even if they are of ripe age for marriage, they need also to be well empowered. Because if you have listened to her since her inception in that ministry, she has been very passionate about empowering the women.
I'm very relaxed and very happy because both the minister and I have come to terms, and today we've seen the result of that collaboration. It has yielded a fruitful result with the intervention of His Highness, the Emir of Kontagora. Finally, all the insinuations that have been going viral about this marriage appears to be wrong. Her team came, they've seen these girls by themselves, they've also seen the husbands. And for the first time too, I'm coming across them, I've seen the husbands. And they were all in agreement now that they are of age, they are of maturity, and they have given their consent to the whole entire arrangement. So I'm happy because the minister and I are on the same page, and she has intervened same way that I've intervened for the lives of these girls, and it's a win-win situation for all of us.
Hello, guys. Welcome to the show. And if this is your first time on this platform, please do us a favor by liking this video, sharing it, and also subscribe to the channel because that helps us a lot and we shall forever be grateful to you. So there was this story I saw that I have not been able to wrap my head around it. 100 girls got married in Niger State in Nigeria. Let me just back out for a second and say this. Marriage is not a bad thing. And having these girls getting married is not a terrible idea. But I just think that the way it was being done might not have been the best. What do I mean by that? I think that these girls should have been empowered. I think that these girls should have been educated. They should have been put in a certain position for them to be able to take care of themselves, even if they are not married or maybe if something happened to their husbands. They should be able to take care of themselves. The priority of the imam or the state as a whole should not be just to marry these girls off and wash their hands off them. That should not be their priority. Their priority should have been that they wanted these girls to have a fairly good life. They wanted these girls to be independent, to be able to do things for themselves. In an area when we are all trying to build up our society, when we are all trying to make sure that we reduce crimes and certain illegal activities, marrying these girls off to these young guys who we do not know whether or not they have good jobs will not solve that problem for us. It will rather increase the problem. Because if you go to northern Nigeria, you will see a lot of people who are jobless. And this has caused the rise in insurgency activities, kidnapping, and highway robbery. Because let me ask you this question, right? If people have no jobs, what do you expect them to do? When someone is hungry, that individual will do whatever it takes to survive. When someone is thirsty, when someone has no hope, has no future, that individual is not worried or is not scared of doing whatever it takes to make sure they can see the next day. After all, what has that individual got to lose? What have they got to lose? So it breaks my heart to see things like this happening. That instead of we as a society empowering people to be independent, to be self-sufficient, we would rather just marry them off and wash our hands of it. And I understand that the Imam said that there was a need for it and that he was worried about people committing fornication. As if marrying them off would solve the problem of fornication. You know, the thing I realized about religious people, and that is one of the things I have always find issues with religion, is that most religious people just do things according to how it benefits them. Like they come out here and they tell us that they are doing things in our best interests. But if you look deeper, if you really examine what they've done or what they are doing, you will realize that they are only doing what serves them best, what serves them the most. They are not out there looking out for the well-being of the people they pretend to be looking out for. They are not. They do not have our best interests at heart, rather their own selfish interests. The Imam would just come out to pretend like if marrying those girls was going to solve the whole issue of fornication or adultery. But that won't solve it, because after he marries them off, what next? They go into these guys' houses, and the next thing they do is start giving birth to children. And some of these guys do not have enough resources to take care of these children and their wives. And what happened? You have children loitering in the streets. Some of them cannot even go to school. Some of them cannot even feed themselves. You have children hungry and starving. And then you have a bunch of people begging in the street. And when they grow in the street, do you know what they end up become? Robbers, thieves, terrible people, kidnappers, rapists. That's what they turn out to be. Because they grew in the street. They had no fatherly love. They had no upright bringing. And so they turn out to be horrible people in society. That is just it. That is just it. And you know, sometimes you would think that the federal government will step in to do something. But, you know, politicians too don't care, right? They don't care. They don't want to stir the boat too much. So they'll just let it fly by. So all I can say is that I wish these girls all the best. After all, I view them as part of society, I view them as my brothers, my sisters, and I will wish nothing but the best. Nothing but the best. I will hope that some of the guys who got married to these girls are well off and they will be able to love these girls and look after them. I hope and pray so. But you guys out there, when you heard about this story, about this mass wedding in Nigeria, what was your thought? What do you think about it? Do you think it was necessary for religious people married off girls like they were selling furnitures? Wouldn't it be more better if these girls were empowered through education and other means so that they may be independent and be in a position to support their husbands? Share your thought and opinion with us in the comment section below, because like always, we love hearing what you have to say. And also, don't forget to like this video, share it, subscribe to this channel, because that helps us a lot. We shall ever be grateful to you. So, thank you for just that. And like always, see you in the next one.